In the figure, this is one junction diode, this is another junction diode, both are joined together, common point is taken as output through this load. मतलब जो इसका across का voltage रहेगा वो C पे output होगा. Ashlesha, any idea? This will behave like which gate?
No, sir, I didn't understand.
Okay. Ayush, have you understood this? Actually, very simple it is.
No, sir.
No? Anybody
No.
has understood the meaning? First, what is OR gate? What is meaning of OR gate? A, B, A plus B. Na? This is its output. So when this becomes 0, this becomes 1, we'll get output. 1, 0 will get output. 1, 1 will get output. 0, 0 we won't get output. Correct? No?
Yes, sir.
And for NAND gate, what it is? Sorry, AND gate. When
A dot B.
when both are 1, A dot B. So 0, 0, no output. 0, 1, no output. 1, 0, no output. And 1, 1 we get output. Correct? This is the meaning.
Yes, sir.
Now A and B are two junction diode. If this is forward bias, means this is 1. Na? Forward bias means it is conducting. This is 1. Okay. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And that time, if this is also forward biased, then current will flow through both. It will give output or not. Both will conduct, na? So it will give the output, no? इधर से करंट आएगा, इसमें जाएगा, इधर से आएगा, इसमें जाएगा, मतलब आउटपुट आया ना?
Yes, sir.
But when this is suppose reverse biased, that means 0, and this is kept forward biased 1, आएगा output? आएगा ना? अभी
Yes, sir.
current will go through B and come back na here. So there will be current flowing through this. Similarly, if this is reverse and this is forward, now still current will flow, na?
Yes, sir.
Both are reverse, will it flow? No. तो ये OR गेट के जैसा है क्या नहीं?
Yes, sir.
First, yeah, are you convinced with the explanation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then right. So this is junction diode. It is forward biased, conducts. Forward biased मतलब input 1, reverse biased 0. तो ऐसा सोचो 1 1 आएगा आंसर, 1 0 still आंसर आएगा क्योंकि ये पैरेलल जैसा है ना सर्किट. Yes, Aryan Singh, you followed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, copy. Gates you have to make perfect. If you have completed, tell the next one I am explaining.
Done, sir.
Some number. Next one. How many NOR gates are required to form NAND gate minimum? How many NOR gate will give you NAND gate minimum? NOR means A plus B का complement, बराबर?
Yes, sir.
This I want as A dot B's complement, correct? Hello, no? Correct, na?
Yes, sir.
So from NOR you want NAND. This is A bar plus B bar or not? That rule, if you remember, De Morgan's law. This complement gets separated, my dot will become plus.
Yes, sir.
And what will be this then? A bar dot b bar. Hello, this is a bar dot b bar, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I want a bar dot b bar to become a bar plus b bar का plus, which will be actually this a b का complement. अभी जरा सोचना है कैसे होगा. ये है अपने पास a bar dot b bar. This is one NOR gate. Input a and b. Output is a plus b का complement, which is nothing but a bar dot b bar. I have to make it a bar plus b bar. So if we make it pass to this output to how many NOR gates are required to give you this result, that is a bar dot b bar. I want NAND. So a plus b is this one NOR gate giving me a dot b. If I make it to pass through one more NOR, तो ये कर देगा a double bar dot b double bar. Okay, this way it will do.
Yes, sir.
This is nothing but a dot b, na?
Yes, sir.
This will give output a dot b. Now a dot b giving me this, that means one gave means a bar dot b bar, one more I connected, I got a dot b, but I'm interested in its complement. That means indirectly I want a dot b का complement. तो एक और कर देते हैं आगे. This will become what? A bar plus b bar, ना? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
See, I want this answer, a bar plus b bar. So if you take one or NOR gate, then output will be this the output. A bar plus a plus b bar. क्या आउटपुट हो गया एक नॉर का. इसको स्प्लिट किया तो इट विल बिकम a bar dot b bar. करेक्ट.
Yes, sir.
बट दिस विल नॉट वर्क आउट ना. इसका एक डबल बार कर देते हैं. डबल बार क्या मतलब, इसका और एक और गेट कर दिया ना आगे कॉम्प्लीमेंट. So
Yes,
it will
sir.
become a double bar which is single a dot b. Then you want again its complement. तो और एक और गेट मतलब मिनिमम 3 will work out ना. देखते हैं अभी क्या लिखा है, ऑप्शन क्या है. 1 3 2 4. I'm drawing diagram so that you get one more idea. This is a given, b given. This becomes a plus b complement. We are interested with how many NOR gates are required to minimum required to form NAND gate. So you can't use any other gate, only you want NOR gate. So this is given to another NOR gate. It will become a plus b complement. No, I require not to make it complement. A bar plus b bar is actually a bar dot of b bar. So this is a bar dot b bar. A bar dot b bar. If it is connected to one more, so this will be one more a bar dot b bar. So a bar dot b bar plus a bar dot b bar, and then its complement will give me a bar dot b bar entire bar plus a bar dot b bar entire bar, that is a dot b plus a dot b. A dot b plus a dot b is nothing but a dot b is a Is it option 3? Hello, is the option 3?
Sir, 4 is given answer.
4 आएगा नॉर। एक नॉर से अभी देखो ये रूल के ऊपर है जो उसने लिखाया था ना मैंने सब रूल्स। A bar plus B bar. This is nothing but A bar dot B bar. ये ऐसा दो आउटपुट लिया कर आपने। This is one or A bar plus B bar, A plus B का dot, A plus B का dot, दोनों मिक्स किया और इसका कॉम्प्लीमेंट A plus B bar plus A plus B bar. This का और लिया है। We are interested in A dot B's complement. That means indirectly A bar plus B bar we want. So if I do A plus B, A plus B, इसको फिर से और किया तो A bar dot B bar का plus A bar dot B bar's complement. That will become A double bar dot B bar plus will become dot of A double bar dot B double bar. That means AB dot AB. AB का dot AB means 2 and gate. So AB will give output as both are 1. So AB dot AB will become 0. How many NAND gates will be required? ये थोड़ा लेंदी है, 1 मिनट बाद में सॉल्व करता हूँ, टाइम जाएगा इसके बाद में। To reduce ripple in a circuit with capacitor filter, what should be used? पहले मैं आपको ripple का मीनिंग समझा देता हूँ. What is ripple factor? Meaning of ripple factor. See, when you get output by full wave rectifier, it is pulsating DC or pure DC. What is output of rectifier?
Pulsating DC.
Pulsating DC. Meaning of pulsating DC means it contains some part of AC also along with the output. Suppose this is voltage and this is time. Output of rectifier consists of small fraction of AC component with DC. That is called actually ripple. So just ripple का meaning देख लेते हैं इधर क्या है. The output of a rectifier. The output of a rectifier consists of small fraction of AC component along with DC called as ripple. So if we are having small AC along with pure DC, then it is called ripple factor. Means Q part is totally constant and then it is increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. So this increasing, decreasing is becoming V, which is ripple. Ripple means component of AC. क्या meaning is that? This is the output of full wave rectifier. Hello?
Yes.
अब ये टॉप वाला पार्ट ऑलमोस्ट कांस्टेंट है ना सबका. सपोज ये है 5 वोल्ट तो ये डीसी हो गया 5 वोल्ट. उसके बाद ये जब थोड़ा सा कम हो रहा है, इधर देखो तो ये 5 कांस्टेंट, फिर थोड़ा सा कम, फिर ये निगेटिव वाला आया, इधर धीरे धीरे होके फिर ज्यादा हुआ, है ना। तो 5 से एक पार्ट लेता हूँ, ऐसा थोड़ा कट करता हूँ उसको। सो इट इज टोल्ड थोड़ा पार्ट इज AC, ऊपर जाके ऑलमोस्ट कांस्टेंट, फिर नीचे आ रहा है। तो कांस्टेंट ऊपर जाके फिर नीचे आ रहा है, तो ये जो कम ज्यादा हो रहा है ना पार्ट, दैट इज कॉल्ड AC एंड इट इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय दिस सिंबल, उसको बोलते हैं रिपल। ओके, हेलो हेलो।
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Smaller the ripple, more effective is the rectifier. That means it is giving me more DC component. First write this much and draw this diagram to understand meaning. See, DC is nothing but constant value. उसके साथ थोड़ा प्लस माइनस is called as ripple. Then below that, right, smaller the ripple, more effective is rectifier. Smaller the ripple, more effective is rectifier. The ratio of RMS value of AC component, the ratio of RMS value of AC component to the value of DC component, RMS value of AC to the value of DC component is known as ripple factor. So ripple factor equals to value of DC component. अब ये जितना ज्यादा आंसर रिपल फैक्टर उतना कम, और न्यूमरेटर जितना कम उतना आंसर विल बी लीस्ट. वी वांट लीस्ट रिपल फैक्टर. So RMS value of AC component upon value of DC component is called ripple factor. Then we'll see circuit diagram which will give you least ripple factor. Then
Yes, sir.
now we have to filter out this extra AC part or fluctuation so that we get almost pure DC. That is done by circuit called as filter circuit. This is rectifier which is giving you pulsating output. AC source we have connected to this. Now output across this is pulsating. Suppose I call this as X and Y. What condenser does? Any use of condenser? It does not allow DC, only AC goes here. Huh? So when current enters here, it will become plus minus, correct? Hello? हेलो,
Yes, sir.
तो पूरा एसी इसमें से चला जाएगा और डीसी को जाने नहीं देगा, तो डीसी वाला कंपोनेंट ऐसा बाहर जाएगा ना ऐसे, तो देन विल गेट हियर across load resistance DC. So that means if AC component gets, then that current gets diverted. जैसे ही constant value आया इसके पास पास होएगा. So if I consider this output of rectifier till this it is varying, then becomes almost constant, again varying. तो इतना वाला constant DC को मिल जाएगा load resistance को, फिर ये वाला मिल जाएगा, फिर ये वाला, इसको सबको join कर दिया तो it will be almost constant. So if I want ripple factor to be reduced, I require load resistance connected in series across capacitor and rectifier. Now let us see what option they have given in this. क्या दिया है उसमें? Load resistance should be increased. Load resistance increase किया तो ज्यादा DC को खींच लेगा वो, perfect. Input frequency should be increased. If I increase the frequency, what will happen to the capacitor का resistance? कम क्या ज्यादा? Hello? What is XC and frequency का relation?
Sir, inverse.
Inverse. So if you increase the frequency here, then इसका capacity will decrease ना? XC is 1/2 pi FC. ये increase किया, ये resistance कम होएगा तो AC part इसमें चला जाएगा. Capacitor with high capacitance लिया तो ज्यादा को block करेगा. हेलो, कैपेसिटर ऑफ हाई कैपेसिटी तो ज्यादा एसी को ब्लॉक कर लेगा, और अगर फ्रीक्वेंसी ज्यादा किया तो एक्सी ज्यादा होएगा, कम हो जाएगा, ये रेजिस्टेंस कम तो ये रेजिस्टेंस पे करंट डाइवर्ट हो. सो इट शुड बी ऑल ऑफ द अबव. आंसर शुड बी ऑल ऑफ अबव. ऑल ऑफ अबव मींस लोड रेजिस्टेंस शुड बी मोर, कैपेसिटेंस शुड बी मोर एंड फ्रीक्वेंसी शुड बी लेस. जितना कम फ्रीक्वेंसी उतना फ्लक्चुएशन कम. व्हाट इज द आंसर गिवन?
Sir, all.
So it should be all filter circuit. This is newly introduced this type in the syllabus, but extra में वो लोग ने निकाल दिया है ये. So this is concept of filter circuit which filters AC and allows only DC. तो load resistance ज्यादा रहेगा तो उसके पास DC बहुत जाएगा, कैपेसिटेंस C जाएगा ज्यादा रहेगा तो उसके पास AC जाएगा, AC को ब्लॉक करना है. This is the meaning. So now I'm starting with new chapter. Aryan, you have doubt in that प्रदीप का जो मैंने क्वेश्चन भेजा उसका ना?
Yes, sir.
I will send the solution. If after that doubt is there, I will keep it.
Okay, sir.
Because that will save our time, na?
Yes, sir.
Suppose from solution you are understanding, then why to waste a lecture? So today I am doing one chapter called rotational dynamics. Actually, it is combination of circular motion, center of mass, and rotational motion. 3 chapters का rotational dynamics. First I am starting with circular motion वाला. What is meaning of circular motion? Meaning of circular motion? Meaning of circular motion: motion along circumference of circle. Motion along circumference of circle is called as circular motion. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, rotational means one which will move. Dynamics means motion. So rotational motion is called rotational dynamics. So anything related to rotational body is called rotational dynamics. Just a simple meaning. So circular motion is motion along circumference of circle is called as circular motion. Radius vector. If this is circle, this is center. What is this called?
Radius.
Radius. All the radius are congruent. Are the radius congruent?
Yes, sir.
But radius vector,
No, the
because it's
direction is
changing the
different.
direction. So radius vector is a vector drawn from center of circle, a vector drawn from center of circle to the position of particle. A vector drawn from center of circle to the position of particle is called as radius vector. It is variable quantity. It is directed away from center. This also remember. Please write this much. See, this chapter will contain at least 4 minimum and 6 maximum MCQ. Just listen 1 minute. See, we have left one chapter called electromagnetic waves. I will send the link of this theoretical chapter. You all go through it. Then I will solve few MCQs based on that, so that our part 2 of syllabus gets totally completed. This what I have started is part 1. In part 1 we are having mechanics part 1, mechanics part 2, heat, sound, waves and oscillation. So total there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections to be done. Rotational dynamic is actually mechanics part 2. इतना लिखो. Completed?
Yes.
Sir, 1 minute. Done, sir.
Rotational dynamics, circular motion, then radius vector. What is angular displacement? Any idea? Angular displacement? The angle traced by radius vector. The angle traced by radius vector in given interval of time is called as angular displacement. So this is circular motion. This is radius vector, body going from P to Q, it covers some angle, that is called angular displacement. Okay, denoted by theta. It's SI its SI unit is radian. It is dimensionless quantity. Once they had asked this, what is SI, what is dimension of radian? It was given M0, L0, T0, dimensionless quantity. Okay, please copy till this. Just see one small minute. Finite angular displacement. Finite means one which we can measure. Is a scalar quantity. Why I am explaining? Finite angular displacement is a scalar quantity. In finitesimal means very small, close to zero. Infinitesimal angular displacement is a vector quantity. Suppose this is circular motion and we take large displacement as theta, angular displacement. We all know S equal to R theta. Now S means arc. Arc is not a vector, but radius is a vector. If theta is a vector, then because it is result of r theta we are displacing, this should be S bar. That means cross product. So if you take S as a vector, vector is always represented by ray, not the arc. But for very small angle, this arc and ray will overlap. But for large angle, arc and ray will be different. So that's why we say larger angle, it is not a vector because we are not getting resultant as vector. But for very small angle, we are getting resultant as a vector, which can be represented by ray, which is actually arc, or it obeys commutative law if very small. If large, it is not obeying commutative law. Obeying commutative law means if I change the position of body about y-axis, then by around z-axis, bring it back, body should come back to the same. That is called actually commutative law. But that is difficult to understand. So in simple, I said, if arc is very small, then it will behave like vector. That case, angle is very small. So we say finite angular displacement is a scalar, but very small angular displacement is a vector. If it is a vector, it will have direction. Can you tell for motion we require force or torque? For rotational motion, we require force or we require torque? Hello? For rotational motion, we require force or we require torque?
Sir, talk.
Torque. What is torque? It is vector product of R bar and F bar. Torque is vector product of these two ना, जिसको मोमेंट ऑफ फोर्स बोलते हैं, बराबर? हेलो?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That means if R bar is in horizontal plane, force is also in horizontal plane, then its result will be perpendicular. A bar cross B bar is a vector which is perpendicular to the plane containing two vectors.
Yes, sir.
So that means this displacement is along the direction of torque. As we apply force in right, displacement is towards right, velocity is towards right. Same way, when you apply torque, in the direction of torque, we get angular displacement, we get angular velocity. And this direction is given by vector product. Vector product is given by right hand thumb rule. So I can say its direction is given by right hand thumb rule. That is, if curled fingers are in the sense of rotation, then outstretched thumb represents direction of angular displacement. So for anti-clockwise motion, it is upward. For clockwise, it is downward. All angular quantities are actually axial. So torque is along the axis, theta is along the axis, omega is along the axis. So that quantity which is due to rotational motion, sometimes they are also called as axial quantities. Just copy this much. Completed.
Done, sir.
Ananya, any doubt till this?
No, sir.
Because for you only I have started this rotational wala pura.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
After circular, I will explain full center of mass, then rotational. In between, we'll solve MCQs.
Okay, sir.
Very important chapter we are doing. Please concentrate properly because it is conceptual. And semiconductor, we will do all Pradeep's problem. Right now, whatever I have given, uska I will send you solution. So that when you go through it, in case you have doubt, I will keep extra lectures. Now, what is angular velocity? What is only velocity? Rate of change of linear displacement, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what will be angular velocity? Rate of change of angular displacement. Rate of change of angular displacement. Therefore, omega bar is d theta bar upon dt, or we can say omega in magnitude theta 2 minus theta 1, t2 minus t1. Its SI unit is radian per second. Its dimension is m0 L0 t minus 1. Please copy this. Its direction is along angular displacement. Copy.
Done, sir.
Now, angular acceleration. The rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time is called as angular acceleration. It is given by alpha bar equals to d omega bar upon dt, or alpha is omega 2 minus omega 1 upon time t. Its SI unit is radian per second square. Its dimension is m0 L0 t minus 2. It is along omega bar if omega is increasing. See, I didn't told it will be given by right hand thumb rule. It will be along omega That means if omega is upward, alpha will be upward. If omega is increasing, it is opposite to omega bar if omega is decreasing, because omega is increasing means it is accelerating, omega is decreasing means it is deaccelerating, or alpha is negative, therefore downwards. Copy. Done. Hello, completed.
Yes, sir.
So basic definitions we did of radius vector, theta, angular velocity, alpha. Relation between time period, comma frequency, comma angular speed. What is angular speed? Defined as, it is angular displacement upon time, correct? Do you know definition of time period? What is definition of time period? Time taken to complete one revolution. So when time is time period, can I say angular displacement will be 2 pi? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So angular speed is 2 pi by t. 1 upon time period is called as frequency. So we can say omega equals to 2 pi n. 2 pi by t, this is 1 by t equal to n, omega equals to 2 pi n. So we have two formulas of omega and time period and frequency. Omega is 2 pi by t or 2 pi n. Angular frequency is, remember, same as angular velocity. Many times they will give angular frequency. Don't get confused. It is same as angular velocity in RPM. One revolution per minute is 2 pi radian upon 60 seconds. So one revolution per minute is 2 pi by 60 radian per second. So if you have to convert in radian per second, multiply with 2 pi by 60. Write this relation.
Done, sir.
Now, kinematical equation. Translational motion, and by comparing will convert into rotational motion or circular motion. Here first kinematical equation is u plus at. Here I can write omega 2 equals to omega 1 plus alpha t. V square equal to u square plus 2as. So omega 2 square is omega 1 square plus 2 alpha theta. Displacement s equals to ut plus half at square, that will be theta equal to omega 1 t plus half alpha t. Just copy this analogy or comparable.
Done, sir.
What is uniform circular motion? Uniform circular motion. Motion along circumference of circle. If I write only this much, it is any circular motion. Here particular is motion along circumference of circle with constant linear speed. That means direction may change, magnitude of speed is not changing. So constant linear speed or constant angular velocity is called as uniform circular motion. That means if particle is at P, its direction of velocity is upward. At Q, it will become horizontal. At R, it is downward. At S, it is right. So direction has changed, not the magnitude of velocity. That is called UCM. Second, angular velocity for anti-clockwise motion will be always in upward direction. So direction is constant, and because speed is constant, so theta will be same in same interval of time. That's why we say angular velocity is constant is called UCM. So any quantities which will depend upon constant linear speed, I will say constant. So what about linear momentum? Is it constant or variable in UCM? Momentum is vector quantity. So it depends upon direction. So linear momentum depends upon velocity. Velocity is variable. So it is variable. What about angular momentum? Omega is constant. So angular momentum is constant. Can you tell me what about kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is half mv square. V means magnitude, so it will be constant. Have you followed meaning? Who is constant, who is variable? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So the quantity which will depend upon velocity is variable. Speed constant. Angular velocity constant. So just write this definition.
सर एंगुलर वेलोसिटी कांस्टेंट क्यों रहेगा?
स्पीड कांस्टेंट का मतलब सेम डिस्टेंस कवर करेगा ना, सेम डिस्टेंस कवर करेगा तो सेम एंगल सबटेंड करेगा, तो सेम एंगल इन सेम टाइम, तो ओमेगा कांस्टेंट. ये डायरेक्शन भी उसका,
बट डायरेक्शन चेंज,
ओमेगा का डायरेक्शन नहीं चेंज होता है ना. अगर एंटी क्लॉकवाइज लिया तो हमेशा वो अपवर्ड ही होगा. हेलो?
यस सर.
अगर मैं एंटी क्लॉकवाइज सेंस ऑफ रोटेशन लूं तो ओमेगा हमेशा ऊपर होगा ना, और क्लॉकवाइज लूं तो ओमेगा हमेशा नीचे होगा ना.
यस.
तो उसका डायरेक्शन फिक्स है. अगर आपका डायरेक्शन ऑफ मोशन फिक्स होगा तो अगर डायरेक्शन फिक्स, स्पीड भी फिक्स, तो कांस्टेंट होगा.
Done, sir.
So today we stop here. Tomorrow's lecture as usual in the evening.